Antonio with Enhanced Movements. We are Boulder County's premier pain and injury consultant. Today is our Movement Mondays, and we're talking about squat when you're locked. Now, we're trying to come up with a catchy title that would hopefully catch you guys' attention, but what we're essentially talking about is squatting when your back is locked up. And we see a lot of back pain, and some of the pain that we see is really acute where you can hardly even touch or get someone to move, and it's very difficult to get any sort of progress when that's happening. And as someone who has had their back locked up before and trying to literally navigate anything that would help me, this seemed to have helped me the most, and it seems to help a lot of other people a lot too, specifically when you're in that locked and acute stage. So what does a locked back mean, or what does that look like? A spasm or anything like that. The analogy that most people are familiar with is like throwing out your back, okay? You bend down to pick something up and you get this like catch, or it locks on you and it's hard to stand up, and you're kind of in this like flex forward position where this is just in spasm and your back is locked and you can't really move all that well. Various degrees of that. For some people, they can still kind of move around and function. For some people, they're literally like on the floor and they feel like they cannot move. So there's a couple exercises through just our normal back pain protocols that we recommend, but when those can't touch it, for whatever reason, squatting seems to help out the most. Now, there's a couple different ways in which you can do it that can help you, especially if you do feel like things are super locked up. So I'm going to turn this ever so slightly so you guys can see this. So we're going to use a door here, and all you're going to do is you're going to hang on the door handles for a little bit of support. One of the things that everyone usually feels like when they're doing, or when they're trying to move when it's locked up, is they just feel completely unstable and they're not sure how they're going to feel. So all we're going to do is we're going to hold the door handle. Turn this a little bit more so you guys can see the side. You're just going to hold the door handles like this, and you're just going to squat down, okay? So I'm able to, because I'm holding on to something, I'm able to lean back more. What I'm also able to do is I'm able to take a lot of the load off of my body by just simply hanging on that door. And in the theory that I'm kind of putting together with this is by unloading, our muscles don't have to work as hard to help brace and stabilize, especially that spine area, and we can get through some movement. We can kind of like loosen things up by going through that range of motion. More specifically, we're getting the hips moving more, we're going into the knees, and we're getting the back to slowly kind of bend back and forth ever so slightly, especially as you start to decrease that depth of the squat and move more and more. So if you are in a situation in which that back is locked up on you, you're in spasm, you can't feel like you can move, you feel like you cannot move, and you're kind of just stuck, I'd suggest dropping down and doing as many sets as you can throughout the day, working up to sets and reps of 15 to 20. One more time, just so you guys can see it, all you have to do is hold on to the doorknobs on each side. The foot width is do whatever you want. Do whatever feels best for you. You're simply just going to go up and down, and if it feels good to kind of hang out at the bottom, you can shift side to side a little bit, but the intention is to just start moving, and this is a way to help you unlock that. So I hope that this can help you if something comes up in the future, for whatever reason it sparks in your memory. If you know someone that is going through this right now, share it with them. This could literally be the difference of having a great day or a horrible day and just being locked up on the floor. Share it with a friend, and we'd love to answer any questions. If this seems to be something that's recurrent for you too, I highly suggest that you get it looked at and worked on with a physical therapist, a rehab provider, a chiropractor, or even a strength coach, right? This should not be a recurrent thing that's always happening, and you should be able to have a good grasp on this. So once again, my name's Antonio. This is Enhanced Movements. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys soon.